Hello, everyone. I'm Mac McClenathan with 1111, and today I'm thrilled to speak with Stephen Semmelroth from AVANT, one of our key technology solution distributors. So, Stephen is a unique perspective from working closely with hundreds of leading service providers, and we're excited to hear about his experiences with 1111. So, thank you for joining us and sharing how AVANT and 11 have worked together to help customers and partners move forward. Well, for those that are not familiar, can you share a little bit about your role at Avant and how you work with partners like 1111?
Yeah, thank you. So my role at Avant is I get to lead the cloud and security practices from engineering and vendor engagement here and across the community. So what we do is we tie in trusted advisors who are out in the field working with their clients and their independent companies, and they access partners like 1111 and your peers in the supplier ecosystem through Avant. So our team is client facing. We go on client engagement supporting those trusted advisors, and we manage all of the suppliers, and we play matchmaker and also work through conflict and channel to make sure that everyone gets what they committed to in the end.
You probably have a more interesting answer than anyone to this next question. You've been with us, I think, from the very beginning, right as you started, the 1111 brand was created. So, working with hundreds of service providers throughout the portfolio, what stands out about your experience with or experiences with partnering with 1111?
Yeah, there's a few great answers there, and I've got my people sign behind me. You guys exemplify the people side of the house. Everything from engineering to pre-sales to implementation on the post-sale side of the house and service delivery. One of the things that we've noticed over the years is when 1111 says they're going to do something, they do it. And I think that's powerful in the ecosystem, but also as sort of the brands have coalesced into what is 1111 now, I think the breadth and depth of service offering that you bring to the table and constantly moving that needle forward and moving the ball down the field, I think is an exceptional outcome.
So, Stefan, can you think of a recent advisor or customer win story that would make sense to highlight here?
Yeah, absolutely. So really interesting one. Some of our team were on it, some of your team were on it, but I know that 1111 did a training with a trusted advisor recently where one of the things you taught them was just to listen for the word cohesivity. And so the trusted advisor went into this QBR with the client and asked them about hardware or software refreshes that were coming down the pike. And when the client said cohesivity, that keyword that you taught them to listen for, the trusted advisor brought you in for an assessment, and you ended up winning not only the software and the hardware refresh, but you also, and this is part of what we teach, the client ended up being able to consolidate with you for more than just that hardware and software. There was management, you did the refresh, and then eventually backup and disaster recovery, and that new offering that you guys have for clean room really helped the client get ready, not just for their normal operations, but get ready for when things go bad.
How has 1111 helped you drive adoption of new cloud technologies among the Avant agents?
That's a great question. And when I go back, Mac, to when you and I first met and the rest of the 1111 team, as you kind of came together, one of the first things that I saw is I was up on stage giving a training on some new frameworks of how to think, how trusted advisors should think. And when I got finished with that and went out for coffee in the break room, you and the team had already stepped back, taken the training that I'd given 15 minutes before, and applied what 1111 does to that framework to make sure that your message was aligning with our message so trusted advisors could pick up the 1111 story faster. And we've seen the fruits of that labor and the fruits of that teamwork. So thank you. And that was one of our very first interactions, and the relationship has not only stayed the same, but it's gotten better over time because we're doubling down together. Thank you.
There's been a lot of change with VMware and AWS and marketplace stories, really with both of our teams. What excites you the most, and kind of what is, I guess, forecast the future for me? What's exciting, and what do you see us winning with here in the next couple of years?
Oh man, I didn't think I would be talking about multiple once in a lifetime opportunities happening at the same time. And we are absolutely seeing that with things like AI workloads and the hyperscaler marketplaces and being able to transact in those marketplaces and help clients retire their commitments. And of course, with VMware, Broadcom, Chaos right now, you know, they're doing exactly what they said they were going to do. It's a little faster than we kind of expected, at least from my perspective. And so those kind of three once-in-a-lifetime opportunities all happening at the same time, 1111 happens to be postured and ready to help trusted advisors capture those three once-in-a-lifetime opportunities on 1111 systems, supporting their clients, consolidating kind of all of those bills into one bill or one option. It's pretty cool, it's pretty interesting, and I'm excited to see what happens in the future because there's absolutely opportunity in chaos.
So, Stephen, there has been a lot of momentum lately with some recent developments and the partnerships we've already kind of talked about, but where are you finding opportunities?
Yeah, great question. So trusted advisors are finding opportunities right now with object storage. And that completely highlights your hyperscaler relationships. And when we look at object storage, they're not listening for object storage necessarily. They're often listening for some of the OEMs like Wasabi and Backblaze. And when we start to find those, they're great deals by themselves. But when you look at the challenge of moving a petabyte of data, just huge amounts of data, that means you're also finding connectivity pull-through deals as well. And part of the problem that trusted advisors are solving with 1111 here is there's no metered fees with the way that you've built these SKUs, right? They're flat rates. And oftentimes, these conversations are also leading into some of your new clean room products, which we talked about before with like Cohesity Archive. So where maybe no one was really in the market was competitive with the OEMs and licensing, very competitive now, very predictable, and trusted advisors only have to listen for a couple keywords and then think about the problems that are actually getting solved, and you guys are a great fit for those.
So, Stephen, I really appreciate your insights and the partnership. It's been great to hear your perspective on what sets 1111 apart. But for those watching, we hope this gives you some sense of the value and innovation going on between AVANT and 1111. And if you want to learn more, give us a shout. Thanks.